Now, only one remains. Only one remains. Only England. The one team we have not beat in a series yet. All other test playing nations, well, I believe apart from perhaps Afghanistan, but basically all other test playing nations, we have beat them in at least one series. No, I believe we've beaten Afghanistan in a series as well. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have beaten Afghanistan in a series, in an ODI series. Did you actually think, ladies and gentlemen, that Bangladesh will pull off 3 consecutive victories against Australia? Not one time, not 2 times, 3 times. And the Bengal Dragon will not make a video about that. Welcome everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host and Veerside, the Bengal Dragon. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification buttons. I'm sorry I don't have the Bangladeshi cricket team jersey today because it's in the wash, because I used that to go to the gym a few days ago. But anyways, nothing to say but congratulations to Bangladesh. And yes, I've done a little bit of research as well, or gone back to memory, if you will. I've gone down memory lane, did a little bit of thinking inside my own head. And Australia have not been that good. Yeah, they beat West Indies in West Indies, but I don't think it was a series victory. In fact, I think they lost that series, if I'm not mistaken. Australia lost that series. And lo and behold, Australia lost 5 series in a row now. If this is the case, good Lord, they are putting so much stock on David Warner and Glenn Maxwell and Stephen Smith, as if to say, if those players aren't available, Australia are barely above average as a T20 nation. They can barely win anything. And that is not good. That is never good for a cricketing nation. But good Lord, for Bangladesh to pull this one off the way they did, first of all, congratulations to, I believe his name is Nathan Ellis, debutant. On his debut, T20 got a hat trick. Congratulations also to Mitchell Marsh for getting a half century. And congratulations to Mahmudullah Riyad, our T20 captain, for getting another half century. So, congratulations all around. But when I saw that total, 127, I thought, good Lord, okay. Surely, Australia, given that they are not only one of the pioneers of cricket, of pretty much all formats of cricket, almost all formats of cricket now, but they are a team that know psychologically how to win. I thought, surely it cannot be the case that after a day's break, when they had an extra day to practice, the day break, what did Australia do? Australia went and practiced. What did Bangladesh do? They chilled out in their hotel rooms. I'm like, surely Australia will be able to pull this one off. Surely Australia will be able to chase down 128 to win. Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. And just to ensure that, they put what's his name? Matthew Wade. He moved himself up the order. You had Ben McDermott come in. You had Mitchell Marsh holding down one end for his half century. And what was the final score? I believe 117 for 4 in 20 overs? Believe me, like obviously I was working at that point, so I had a very brief awareness of that match. I know Bangladesh made 127 for 9. I know that much. But after that, like, I got a bit more busy with the work and my focus was solely on my work. Once I had a bit more time to look back, just before going to Jummah prayers, I look at the scorecard. 117 for 4. I burst out laughing. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. How did Australia not manage to make even 120, not even 6 runs and over? What happened? And then I looked at the post-match commentary by several YouTubers who still continue to go live stream. By the way, shout out to all of these YouTubers who provide audio commentary, and some of them pretty good audio commentary, even in Bengali. Had it been not for you guys, I would not have been able to follow Bangladeshi cricket to the extent that I do. And oh my God, hats off to Shoriful Islam, hats off to the bowlers, and especially hats off to the cutter master himself, Mustafizur Rahman. 4 overs, 0 wickets, but the 0 wickets is very deceptive. 4 overs, 9 runs. And just to underscore this point a bit more emphatically, a bit more precisely, a bit more contextually, 3 overs for 8 runs. Mustafizur Rahman was called in to bowl the 19th over when Australia needed 23 runs to win. That 19th over, Mustafizur Rahman went for 1 run. Just 1 run. Last over, 22 runs, given to a very new bowler, Sheikh Mahdi, who's still finding his feet in terms of, is he a proper bowler, a proper batsman, or a proper all-rounder, or a half and half? Still finding his feet. Gave him enough runs to play with. And you saw even at the very last delivery, Nurul Hassan was telling Sheikh Mahdi, even as he was running up for his delivery stride, Choi hoilo সমস্যা নাই, Choi hoileo সমস্যা নাই. Translated, even if it goes for a 6, it doesn't matter. আস্তে করে bowling কর. Bowl slowly, or in context, just relax and bowl comfortably, indicating that just don't give an extra. Even if it goes for 6, it doesn't matter. And it didn't matter in the end. Ladies and gentlemen, it did not matter in the end. Bangladesh defended 127 against Australia. And before people go bashing this pitch and whatnot, listen, apparently this pitch was slightly better than the pitch you got 2 days ago. The ball was coming a bit more onto the bat. So the only other conclusion is that Bangladesh actually know how to bowl in these conditions. And Australia are on a psychological back foot. Because yes, you don't have 3 of their players, 2-3 of the players here. But still, first of all, their bowlers are doing good. This team is, for the most part, maybe Pat Cummins aside, for the most part, is your frontline, top tier bowling unit. You have Josh Hazelwood, you have Adam Zampa, you have Ashton Agar. So this is essentially like you have Mitchell Stark. This is essentially your frontline bowling unit. So it's not the bowling that's the problem. We know that. It's not the bowling that's the problem. But to see Australia's batting so deficient that without David Warner, without Stephen Smith, without Glenn Maxwell, it looks so exposed. I had no idea Australia were that vulnerable. But given that they've lost 5 T20 series in a row, honestly, now I'm starting to conclude that Australia have come in this series as the underdogs. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I said that right. Australia are the underdogs against Bangladesh in this series now. And now this 3-0 makes sense. Yes, they are a good side. They can still win. But to go down against Bangladesh the way they did 3 consecutive matches not only shows that Australia are lacking not only in confidence but even in skill, especially in their batting, but it shows that Bangladesh have finally, there's still a lot of work to be done, finally started to get the T20 formula right and how to function given Bangladesh's own strengths and weaknesses, how to function in T20 cricket. There's still a lot more work to be done. Still more short balls, especially from the spinners that are willing to be comfortable with. And our opening is still a problem. Just to be very generous, if I were to be very generous, I would give Soumya Sarkar just one more match. The 4th T20. Either perform or go home. And Soumya Sarkar is hanging on by a thread as it is. You can't just have 250s against Zimbabwe and then think that you are free to score 4 runs in the next 5 or 6 T20 games, being a liability for the side and putting more and more pressure on the middle. It's not how it works, buddy. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said Soumya Sarkar is slowly slipping further and further into being a left-handed Mohammad Ashraful. And that is not a very good place to be. Believe me. Because at least at that point with Ashraful, we did not have options. We don't have that many options. Now we have a lot of options. I mean, not in this side because we can't bring anyone else from outside, but still, I'm pretty sure the bench has enough strength to actually experiment with a few people, or maybe even put Shamim Hussain Pakwari on the top. But anyways, those are my quick reactions. Congratulations to Bangladesh, Obinandan Bangladeshke, and commiserations to Australia. Tomorrow there's another T20, and hopefully I'm going to come up with my next video about Bangladesh cricket after the 5th T20. Now that the series is done, I had to, as the Bengal Dragon, though perhaps the only person covering Bangladesh cricket on YouTube most exclusively in English. I mean, I won't say fully exclusively, but for the most part in English. Emphasizing in English, covering Bangladesh cricket on YouTube. Perhaps the only person. The Bengal Dragon had to put out a video. And this is that video. Please do hit that like, subscribe, bell notification buttons, and leave a comment in the comment section below, as all your support goes a very long way to help me remain motivated making these type of videos. It's your boy Tanveer Syed signing out.